the question comes, do I really know who is God? Where I need to connect in Rajyoga, in meditation, because this is something very unique and special about Rajyoga meditation. Like the other day, somebody was asking what is the difference between so many other kinds of meditations available. Here, there is a clarity, first of all, about these two things that need to be connected. One is myself, another is the source of all the powers and all the energy, all the virtues. So let us talk about knowing God, understanding God, before we start connecting with God. Because if we just say that, yes, I believe in God, I have a belief and I have faith, but if I don't understand, if I don't know him, then that is just like, I would say, blind faith, without understanding. And blind faith cannot take me very far. On this journey, if I really want to experience something nice, if I really want to experience that, how it can be beneficial for transforming my lives, my attitude, and my way of thinking, and how I can empower myself by connecting with that one. So of course, I need to first understand very well who is God. So in today's class, the main question which we are going to discuss, let us explore it together, I would say, because you are not just listening, but we are on a journey together. I might be a little bit advanced than you because I started my journey earlier than you, but we are on the same journey and the destination is also same. So we will go into this journey of exploring the truth about God. God realization, knowing God, understanding that there are, we all have many questions about the existence of God, about what he's doing, and there are so many questions. Who is God? We really need answer for that when we are saying that, yes, you need to connect with God, you need to remember him, you need to believe in him. So this question is very important. Who is God? Then what is the need of God? Why do I really need to know about this concept? I just came to learn meditation. I just want peace of mind. Why do I really need to know God? And what is the role of God in my life? Even if he exists, but how is it important in my life? Because I am, okay, you tell me about my purpose of life, you tell me how to achieve my goals, but where is the role of God in that? What can I get from God? Because when we say, what can I get from God? Basically, we have certain mission, we have certain purpose or goals that we have created for ourselves. Basically, everyone has some image about their future, about their life goals, their aim in life. It can be in material terms, in the terms of relationships, in the terms of wealth and money and health. So there are different goals we have. So in that context, the intellect would definitely ask this question that, what can I get from God actually? So that I should know, why should I remember him? Why should I connect with him? And then what is my relation with God? It's okay, he's up there. We are all here. And maybe we are not very sure also, where is he? So what is actually his role in my life and what is my relation with him? Has God benefited me ever? This is also a very important question. Until now, whatever we are experiencing, and there are so many things we receive, is there God's role in that, or it's all about my efforts? Or is there something like destiny? So there are various questions, and destiny also. Then there is a further question that whether my destiny, my fortune was created by God, someone like up there sitting there and writing my destiny. So there are so many these questions. That is why we need to first know and understand who he is actually. Most of you who have joined the session now, most of you are from Bharat, from India. So we have seen different images about God since childhood in different forms of deities, Devi Devtas. So sometimes the mind is confused. Who is God out of all these? Which one is the higher one? Which one is the highest one? Is God like this? Like the religious founders we have seen the images of those great personalities, or those, they also are considered as very, very high compared to the normal ordinary human beings. So are they gods? So there are questions in the mind. The saints, sages, are they God? Because they have given up everything and they are excuse me, they are actually just serving everyone in the society. Are they God, or are they any form of God? Is nature God? Because people are also worshipping different forms of nature. They're worshipping sun, worshipping the rivers, considering them as very sacred, worshipping fire in the form of yagya, havan, sacrificial fires, etc. So, and sometimes some trees are considered to be very sacred, and some animals, like in India, in Hindu religion, they would consider cow as their mother and very sacred animal. So are all of these gods? These are part of nature. Is nature equal to God, or God is equal to nature? So this is also a confusion. Then there are different ideas about the form. Somebody would say, for me, my scripture, in my religion, I just worship that scripture and that is like God for me. And for some people, they would say he's omnipresent. So is he really omnipresent? Is he everywhere? So these questions are there, and some people, they just go beyond all these confusions. They don't want to get into any religion, and they would say, for me, my work is worship. So different opinions we see. Nature is God, or soul itself is equal to God. Soul is God and God is soul, or Brahma is God, or God is everywhere, God is omnipresent. Deities are the forms of God. Or some people say God doesn't have any name or form, he's beyond any name or form. And some people even say that God is illusion. It's just your illusion. It's not the reality. There is nothing like that. So we find some people around us like complete atheist. They simply don't believe that there is any God. And in case you talk to them about existence of God, they would say that it's just your illusion, it's just your imagination. There is nothing like that exists. Now, how to get the right answer? Who is right? Whom do I believe? Now, next question, when I really want to believe, when I really want to know, when I want to understand, because I have sincerely started this journey, this spiritual journey. I sincerely want to take this journey towards connection with that one. So I really want to know. And this was my stage. long back, before starting my spiritual journey, when I was really looking for something or someone who can tell me the reality. I was looking for someone who can tell me logically also, which I can believe, because I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe, but I didn't want that kind of blind faith that only this is right, you just have to believe without any logics. I was not a person who wanted to believe. And I was in the process of asking many people and not getting any satisfactory answer for that. Now, question is, who is right? Because everyone is saying, just now you were watching the video in the beginning, that everyone is giving me different opinions, and in the end they say God is one. And if he's really one, then how can be so many different forms, so many different opinions and conceptions about the identity or the existence of God? So let us understand, it's a very interesting journey, very logical also, but just stay with me in this whole journey and let your mind and intellect be fully aware and fully present here, because it's a very, very important lesson today. It's actually knowing myself was important, and knowing God is another even more important subject than that, before we go further into spiritual journey, deeper into that. We have heard the story of 5 blind men and an elephant. When they went to see the elephant, they felt that, yes, okay, we can't see, but we can touch, we can feel, we can smell. And yes, we can identify, we can define what an elephant looks like. And what did they see? We've heard about this story. What did they see? See, the one who touched the trunk, he said very confidently, he was saying that, now I know, and I'm sure, elephant is not much different from a snake, just similar to a snake. The other one who touched this ears of elephant, he said, it's simply like a fan, very much like a fan. Next one is saying he's touching the body of elephant, and he says it's like a wall. This one touching the tail, he says it's like a rope, very much like a rope, not much difference. And this one touching the legs, the knees, he feels it's like a pillar. Who is right? Who was right? In a way, we can say no one is right. But from the other perspective, if you see, you would say everyone is right. Everyone is right. Whatever they are speaking is truth or not. It's truth. Because what they experienced only a part of the truth. So what they are actually explaining about the existence of elephant, that is a partial truth. That is truth, but that's partial truth. It's not a complete truth. If somebody says God is light, but God is not only light, it's much, much more than light. Somebody says God is ocean of knowledge, ocean of bliss, because he has experienced that aspect of God's existence. So same way, that's why confusions were created, because everyone, like here, each one of them is talking about the same elephant. Then they come back and relate it to someone else and tell that elephant looks like this. The one who is listening, who has never seen the elephant, who has never seen the elephant, they will be even more confused. They all went to see the same elephant, but they all are explaining whatever they are telling is completely different from each other. And then there are differences, and then there are fights. There are arguments, and this subject of God has so many arguments. People are debating, people are discussing, there are arguing on this subject, and they never come to that conclusion because everyone is talking about their part of truth, what they have experienced. They are not wrong, but they are not right either. So let us explore the truth. Who can be God? Now we have to find one truth which actually everyone can accept, the real existence of God. Just like the elephant, that elephant, if you put together all the different parts of their own partial truths, then maybe you can conclude how an elephant looks like. So let us now explore into this truth, the highest truth. God is truth, actually, and we are going to explore that one and to understand who can be God. Before that, we have already seen different opinions, different kind of views and images about God. So we can also say there are different qualifications. If somebody can qualify all these things, all these criterias, then we can say, yes, he is God. So let us define in that way. First thing is Sarvagya, omniscient. The one who knows, who is the knower of everything of past, present, and future. With every point, we will try to understand. Let me first tell you all the criterias. Who can be God? The one who is almighty, Sarva Shaktivan, we say, almighty, all-powerful, omnipotent, the one who has all the power. We will explain it later on. The one who is supreme means the highest, Sarvocha. The one who is beyond all, Sarvopari, means free from all the bondages. He's not into any kind of bondage. And universally accepted, acceptable by all the religions also. Sarva Dharma Manya. Every religion, the person belonging to any religion, any culture, any nationality can believe in him. Who is that one? So let us take it one by one. Omniscient, Sarvagya, the one who is the knower of everything, means he doesn't have any question mark. And the one who is the knower of everything, of the past, present, and future, who can be that one? You look at any human being, whether they are the deities, whether they are the saints, they are the great personalities, they are very, very educated, learned scholars of this world. Is there anyone in human beings who knows the past, present, and future? Because all of us we are coming in this cycle of birth and rebirth. That is also a questionable point we will discuss later on. But do we know? Simply if we ask, do I know my past life? Rarely someone would remember, but how many lives? And future, what is going to happen to me after I leave this body? No. So any human being cannot qualify. Any human being, whether they are the deities, whether they are divine human beings, they are pure human beings, they are great personalities, but they cannot qualify in the very first point of being omniscient, of being Sarvagya. They cannot know everything. Same way, all these things, when you see Almighty, anyone on this planet who has taken this human body, physical body, has taken birth, cannot be called Almighty, all powerful. Supreme. Supreme means the highest on high. Now you see, if we see any human being who has taken birth in this life, there are some relations, those will be always higher than me, like my parents, my teacher, my guru. No matter how much I grow up, no matter how intelligent I become, no matter how much I study, I become something very special, I get a very good position and qualification, no matter what. But these relations of parents, teacher, and guru will always be higher than me. So that means whoever is taking birth cannot be the supreme. Supreme can be the one who has no parents, no guru, and no teacher. Next is beyond all, Sarvopari. He is beyond everything physical of this world. The one who is beyond all the bondages. Now ask yourself, am I in bondage? Am I? All of us? All of us are in some kind of bondage. The moment soul enters into this body, this is also a bondage of the body. I cannot just simply leave this body by my wish anytime I want to. This is my car, I am the driver, right? But I have only this one car, which I can drive all my life. Suppose this body is not well today, this body is not working properly, this car is not working properly, and can I decide that, okay, I borrow your car for one day only, let me borrow your car and do my work? I can't do that. So we all are in bondages. We are in bondages of karma, we are in bondages of relationships. When we do something bad, we have to suffer with the results of that. When we do something good, even, still there is a bondage of receiving the fruit of that. I have to be here to receive the fruit. So these bondages. And the next point, which is the most important of all, is the one who is acceptable by all. Now, what is that form that is acceptable by all? If you relate God with any particular religion, every religion has their own image about God, their own kind of form in which they worship Him. And if you ask people of another religion, to worship the same image, will they do that? No, they won't. It's okay, I respect your religion, but I can't believe in that. I have my own. I respect your God, but I have my own God. So on one side, we are saying God is one. On the other side, I have my own God, you have your own God. And in India, it's very common to see sometimes father has his own God and son has his own God. And there is some third person in the house who has no God. So it's become very common because we are not aware of that one which is acceptable by all, the universal concept about God, universally acceptable concept, the image of God. What would be that image? Definitely it should be beyond the human form. Because as soon as you associate God with any human form, it will relate to one religion or one country or one nationality. And people belonging to other nationalities, other religions, definitely cannot believe in that. People following Christianity, they say that Jesus is God for me. Now he will ask a Muslim that you also believe in Jesus. Will he believe that? Not at all. And why should he? Yeah, he will say, why should I believe in that? I have my own. If a Christian is asked to believe in Ram or Krishna, he would do that? Never. You say that is for Hindus, not for me. So means all these images are actually dividing us. The reality is that. But there was one concept that was given by everyone. All the religions are accepting God in that form, and that is light, the form of light. And that one actually, that light only qualifies all these conditions and criteria to be called as God. No other human form can qualify this. So the true form of God is light, and that also a point of light. So he is incorporeal, point of light, and eternal. The one who is always there, who was there, who will be there. And he's just a point of light, not a very big light. Sometimes some people think that, like yesterday, we understood that who am I? I am a soul, and soul is like a point of light, the point of energy. Then we have an imagination in our mind. If soul is like a small, tiny point of light, a tiny star, then God would be maybe very huge, big light. Should we like that? Because we have somewhere this feeling that God is much, much, much higher than me. So should be a very big light, very, very powerful. And somewhere people also mention in some mythology stories, they also mention that somebody has the vision of God and he couldn't even dare to look at him because the light is so powerful. It is much more powerful than the thousands of suns putting together. Is it like that? This is another illusion. We have to really solve it. Many people are seeking for one vision of God. They're worshiping him for long, long time, for many years, and they have just one desire, just one glimpse. I just need one little vision of yours so that I can satisfy myself. And if God's form is something like this, very huge, powerful, you see, only one sun, difficult to face. Can you go near to the sun? Now summers have already started. You can experience the sunshine outside. How far is sun from this earth? Still we can't bear it. And if God is equal to thousands of suns put together, can I bear it 1 second? No, not even 1 second. So it's not like that. That was just like a metaphor used to explain that how powerful he is. But he is also just a point of light. If you talk about the form, soul is also a point of light, and God as well. And then, because we are now getting complete introduction about God, because we want to connect there. It's a very important thing. We will experience it later in the meditation. So that is a point of light. And what is his name? His name is Shiv. I know when we say Shiv, some people have the image of that Tapasvi Shankar image in their mind. Actually, there are many different names in different religions given to him. But why Shiv only? Let us understand the meaning of this word Shiv. The meaning of word Shiv in Sanskrit, one is point. One little point is called Shiv. In some languages, even now in some languages, When they have to say zero, they say Shiv. So point or zero is called Shiv. Another meaning of Shiv means seed. Seed means the origin of everything. And then the third meaning, according to the Sanskrit meaning of this word, literal meaning, is benefactor. So that is why the name of God, the one name which defines all his attributes, that defines exactly who God is, that one name is Shiv. And as we just now understood, Shiv means point, just like you see here, a point. Point of light, the seed of the human tree. This whole world, if we take it like a human tree, seed is God. He's the origin of all the strength, all the powers. And here, definitely, we are not talking about any human form, any image other than the light. So all these names and name, form, is wisdom, nature, action. Everything can be defined by one word, that is Shiv. Because there are so many praises of God, we always hear He's the supreme. But there is a fact behind all the praises of God, which we are always hearing. And sometimes we are repeating that as well in the form of devotion, devotional songs, etc. Triloki Nath, he's the purifier, he's the ocean of all the virtues, he's the seed of the Kalpa Vriksha. He's the liberator, he's the guide, he's Trikal Darshi, almighty, bestower of divine insight, transforms humans into deities. You know, different mythologies, different scriptures have actually praised God with all these things. He's the creator of heaven, heavenly Godfather, creator of Trimurti, of Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, bestower of knowledge. So, what is the meaning of all these praises? Suppose you met me only once and you were really in need of something and there is no one to help you at that time. You came to me, I didn't even know you much, but I extended my helping hand to you. Whatever I could do, I did for you. Will you remember me? Will you remember me? You will remember me forever. And not only you will remember me, but you will, wherever, whoever you will meet, you will mention, somewhere you will mention about me. And they haven't seen me. They don't know me. They didn't even see my picture. Nothing, and they don't have any experience. But you had such a nice and beautiful experience with me. And you will define me, my personality, with some qualities. You will appreciate me, the quality that was reflected in my behavior, right? Right? So this will happen. So when I praise somebody, means what? That he has done something for me. If the human beings are praising God, there must be some reason, there must be some logic behind that. Not just like that. There is a reason that he must have done something for the mankind. So when we say he's the bestower of happiness, that means that was at some point of time, that was his role, to give happiness, to remove the sorrows. Dukh harta sukh karta, bestower of happiness and destroyer of sorrows. So he must have destroyed the sorrows of human beings. So that is why he's being praised. All these praises, when you see together, just a quick question from yourself. Ask a question from yourself. Can any human being, one human being, can have all these praises? Anyone on this earth in human form can have all these praises, all these qualities? No, not possible. Somebody will maybe show or demonstrate some qualities, because we all are his children. So we might demonstrate some qualities, but not everything. Sometimes we are giving happiness, but not always. We can give happiness to others, but we don't do that always, right? So that's why this is only one Supreme Father who can be praised this way. Now let us see the interesting part, similarities between the soul and the Supreme Soul. So first thing which is similar is soul is also incorporeal, means it's not physical. And Supreme Soul, God, is also incorporeal. Incorporeal is something that you cannot see with these eyes. Soul is also point of light, and God is also point of light. And soul is also conscient point of light, because it's a living energy. It's life inside. It's not the ordinary light. The one who can think, who can analyze the things. Soul is also eternal. It was always there, and Supreme Soul as well. Self-luminous. Both are self-luminous. So these are the similarities. Now, let us understand what are the differences. Because we have to understand it completely in order to connect there. So what are the differences between the two? We saw the similarities. Sorry. Let me explain you. Souls, there are so many souls on this planet, and God is only one. The first basic difference. We all are souls. We understood that. I am a point of light. You are a point of light. We all are souls. Second thing is, souls are taking birth in this physical body. But God, we have never heard that God is taking birth, because someone who takes birth has to die as well. Have we heard about God is passed away today? We can't say that, because he never takes birth, so he can never pass away. Soul is in the body, and God, Supreme Soul, is bodiless. Souls are in bondages, and Supreme God is beyond any bondage of any kind of physical experiences. Souls are coming into the cycle of birth and death. But God, He doesn't come into this cycle of birth and death. So this is the basic difference between both. So now one thing we are very clear about is the one. When we say God is one, which one is that one? Ram, Krishna, Guru Nanak, or Christ, or someone else? No. Only one form of light that you see here, the divine light, the highest on high, which is acceptable by everyone. You go to any country, you go to any religion, you go talk to people of any kind of beliefs or people without beliefs. There is one eternal light which everyone is believing in. So that is the form of God, no human form. Now, next question is, where is God? Okay, we understood God is light. We have understood that He's divine, He's highest on high. We understood that. His name is Shiv. That also we understood. But where is He? If I want to meet Him, I should know His address, right? The complete introduction about someone is his name, his form, his abode, where he lives. And if he has any office, then I should know what is the visiting time, what is the meeting time. So, where is God? Let us see, let us have a look, because people might have different opinions about God's existence. And sometimes we have heard about it, that God is everywhere, God is omnipresent. So let me ask myself, and while I am asking myself, you can ask yourself this question. If God is everywhere, then why go in search of Him? Why people are searching Him? And it's not a present time people are searching. Actually, people have been searching for God for thousands of years. People have been, sometimes they leave their homes, they leave their jobs and everything just to find the answer to this question and just to search Him. If God is everywhere, that means He is inside me also. Then why people are going in search of Him? The question is, if God is inside, the person is sick. If that one who is sick, he is also God, then who is going to heal that one? The one who is going to heal that one should be outside or also inside. And if that one is also inside, then why sickness? Why sorrow? Why pain? Because just as fire spreads heat all around, means fire is there, even if sometimes we can't see the fire, but I can feel the heat. I can experience the heat. So if God is there, God means we are saying He's the ocean of love, He's the ocean of peace, He's the ocean of bliss. Can I experience all these qualities in human beings? Can I experience in myself? I need to check. If I say that God is inside, that light, that divine light is inside, then am I able to experience that happiness and peace forever, for always? Now, there are so many crimes happening. A criminal and a victim. If both have God inside, then why this is happening? Can God do such acts? If we say God is omnipresent, actually, we are blaming him for all the bad things, all the crimes happening in this world. And we are not taking the responsibility that this is our own karma. We just blame him. On one side, we say that God is the highest authority. He's the bestower of peace and happiness. He's the liberator. He's the guide. On the other hand, we say he's everywhere and kind of blaming him for everything wrong happening in this world. These two things are contradictory. Both things cannot be true. So we really have to judge. We need to judge. Is he everywhere? Is God everywhere? Is he omnipresent? Cannot be. Then where is God? If he is not everywhere, he is not omnipresent, where is he? In Gita, it's mentioned, yada yada hi dharmasya. Means wherever there will be unrighteousness, irreligiousness on this planet, I will come. I promise that I will come. Now, this thing also clarifies when God is saying that I will come. That means he is not here. If he was already here, then why would he say that I will come? There are people who are reading Gita every day. And this is the first important shlok of Gita that says that God's promise, we are reminding ourselves that God has given this promise whenever there will be darkness of Kali Yuga in this world, there will be unrighteousness, there will be irreligiousness, I will be there. And I will finish all this and I will establish the religion of purity, peace, and happiness once again. They're reading it every day, but still saying God is omnipresent. God is inside me, he is inside you. Contradictory. Two things are completely contradictory. So is it clear that he is not omnipresent and not sitting inside? That is why you go anywhere in this world. Even in China, where people usually don't believe in God, but they also look up there in the sky when they talk about the highest power. Right? They also point out there. In Hindi, we say upar wala. We say upar wala means the one who is somewhere up there. We don't know exactly where he is, but everyone is pointing up there. Nobody is pointing like this. It's not down here, it's up there. But where? Let us see where. God's abode, the place, the home, we can say God's home, and also the home of all the souls is beyond this physical world, which is the incorporeal world, Nirakari Lok, or we call it sometimes Nirvana. So actually God resides there, up there, in that incorporeal world. That is the reason everyone is pointing towards up there. In the sky, actually it's even beyond the sky, because this sky we can see with these eyes, and there is something which is not visible, which cannot be seen with these two eyes, because that's not physical. It's beyond the 5 elements of this nature. And that is called the 6th element of Brahma. So actually God resides there. You can see red light here. Actually this red color We tried our best to put the best possible color that can match with the color of that home, but reality is that we can't match with that color completely, because that's very beautiful golden red light. Have you seen sunrise? Something like that bright orange, red, golden color. Very bright, very beautiful color. That is the color of our home. And that's the reason everyone loves sunrise and sunset time. People go so far sometimes to just to see sunset or sunrise, because it is somewhere reminding the soul of that home, because soul is missing the home, the color of that home, because that is the blissful color. So God is omnipotent, but not omnipresent. So we will understand relationships with God also. Tomorrow, when we talk about yoga, then we will understand who God is. And what is my relationship with God. Yeah. So a little bit more about, because just now we said that he lives up there in that Brahma Lok, Param Dham, or the sweet silence home, incorporeal world. We can call it our sweet home, because we all come from that home. That's different, that when we have come here, we forgot that that is our home, and we started creating homes here on this planet, and we actually forget that we are not permanent here. So let us have a look. So when we will experience now in meditation that how I can connect with God in that home. Because when we have to meditate, we want to connect with God, the Supreme. We are understanding who is He, where does He live. But now it's time to experience how to connect me, myself, I, the soul, with that Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Because when I know He's there, so I should go there to meet Him, right? If I know the address of someone and I want to go to meet that person, I need to plan my trip. And suppose I am living in south, I have to go to north, and I know that north is very cold. So I will prepare my clothes accordingly. I'll prepare everything according to the weather conditions. And I come to know that the food which I eat is not available there. I will prepare the food also. So all kinds of preparations I will do when I'm going to meet that person. Second thing is, when I go to meet someone, I will see the status of that person also. And the place, the quality of the place where I'm going to meet that person. According to the quality, I will dress up. I will wear the costume also accordingly, right? If I'm just going for a casual meeting with my friend, it's different. I'm going to a party is different. I'm going to a formal interview is different. So I need to dress up accordingly, right? So when I go to meet him, where am I going? That is not a physical world where I'm going. That is incorporeal world. That is the world of light. And this physical body cannot go there. Any plane, any rocket cannot reach there. I have to go beyond. For that, I need to go beyond this physical body. That is why the first lesson that we understood yesterday was very important for the journey upwards. That was journey inwards. And now we begin our journey upwards. And for going up there, reaching there, I need to go beyond the gravity of this earth. And this body is pulled by the gravity. So this cannot go there. So I have to leave this body here and I will go there to meet my Father and experience him who he is in that home. Because you know, the reality is when I came, only I came. I means the point of light, the star came from there and I got this body, this costume here. Because this was required in this physical world. I can't do anything without this body on this physical world. Now when I go back, I cannot take something which I acquired here. So I have to leave it here and I will go. Only I, the soul, going to meet God. Ready for the journey? Let us begin. Om Shanti. First of all, I withdraw my attention from outside towards my inner being. Sitting in the awareness of my true self. I, the being of light. I, the soul. Point of light. In the center of my forehead, I see myself as a shining star. Sitting in silence, I realize it deeply. I am in this physical body, but I am not the body. I know this is my costume. I play different roles through this body on this world stage. I also realize this planet, this stage is not my home. It's just a stage. So now I intend to go to my home, my sweet home, which is also God's abode. I decide to leave this costume here for some time. I, the soul, the shining star, I leave this body. I start my journey beyond this physical world. I'm going beyond the pull of these 5 elements of nature. It's a journey of my mind and intellect. See yourself as a shining star flying beyond the sky, beyond the sun, moon, and stars. Beyond all these physical elements, I reach my sweet home, the world of light, incorporeal. There is nothing but light. Golden red light. And there I see so many shining stars, just like me. Such a divine experience. This is where I belong. Among all these shining stars, I see the brightest one. Very beautiful. The most beautiful one. That's pulling me towards him. Yes, the Father of all the souls. I see myself very, very near to him. His rays of light, divine light. I can experience myself in that canopy of light. The ocean of love, the merciful, blissful Father. ocean of peace, the Almighty. I experience all those qualities in this stillness. Yes, this is the feeling, this is the experience I was seeking for a long, long time. Connecting with that one, the highest on high, is recharging the soul. Such a blissful experience. Now, charging myself with all these powers, now I come back slowly back to this planet. I fly back through the sky, back to this stage, into this body, center of my forehead. But this time, I bring in new awareness, new energy. New strength. Om Shanti.
Shanti Didi. May I ask today's queries?
Yes, sure.
First is, have anyone seen God? What I think about is it's just a thought. Who have created power in word like Rama, Krishna, Shiv, Vishnu, etc.
I think one thing I have already clarified when you are saying Rama, Krishna, and all these images, we have already gone beyond that in our explanation. That yes, all these images, I'm not going into the detail of all these deities, their existence, because of course there is a story behind that, each one of that. But the one thing which we have to realize is that there is someone who is beyond that. If you are asking, is there somebody who has seen him, who has seen God? I can say, I have seen God. I have experienced him. I can say, I have met with him. Will you believe me? Yes, if you believe, then you just stay with me on this journey until the end. You will also have the experience. But sometimes when we are aiming to have an experience of meeting God, we have to start with something. And that something is zero. Because when we are beginning, we don't know anything. I have answered your question. Yes, I have met him. I have seen God. I have experienced God. I have answered this. Now just believe. In the beginning, it's like when you solve some problem in science or maths, you have to suppose something in the beginning. Let it be 100, let it be X. And if somebody is stuck there and he says, how can I suppose it to be 100? I don't believe it to be 100. You can't solve the question. So you have to start with something given. And something given is, you can start with what I'm telling you right now. But then later on, finally, you have to conclude for yourself when you experience it yourself. Then you will always conclude, yes, that was right. If you stick to this journey, stick to this whole process along with us until the end. So I would suggest that don't miss any lesson. And actually, after 7 days also, we will have some experiential sessions, because we are also understanding the theory right now. Later on, we will have more experiential sessions about it, where you can deeply go into that feeling, that experience, and then you can conclude yourself what is right.
Yes. The next question is, Shiv is the Supreme Father, then why he takes our test?
Mhm. How did you judge that he is taking your test? Maybe this is just your own judgment that he is taking your test. There can be so many reasons for the situations that we are facing. And it's not God's job to take our test. It's not his job. His job is to give us the answer of all the questions that is going to come in the test. And his job is to give us the knowledge, give us the gyan about, in any situation, how to face that. So he's giving the solutions, not taking the test. That you will understand more, that why these tests are coming. And another thing is, there is another important subject of karma. What I am facing right now is the result of something that I have done before. We have a total lesson about karma after 2 days. So we'll continue with that question. It will be clarified there.
Yes. And the next question is, it is said that all the paths go towards the God on one side only. Then what is the difference in all these worshipping or doing any methods or meditation?
Yeah, we always hear this statement that he's just like the mountain top, and there are many pathways. You can just take any road and you will reach the same destination. Okay, if you're really trying with different ways, I wish you good luck for that. But have you experienced until now that wherever you start, you will reach there only? You will reach the same destination. Is there anyone who has experienced that? So I would just like to say that even if we believe, okay, I don't argue in that point, that whether all the ways are reaching the same destination, and then what is the difference? I would, if it's me in your place, I would choose a way which is simple and in which I have to invest less time and I can get more benefit. Because in my mind, I have a very clear understanding that he is my father and he will not give me any difficulty. He is my mother also. And mother, father, even in this ordinary world, if you say any ordinary parents also, they will not specially design a difficult thing for their child to do, to perform. They will try to simplify the things. And right now, this is happening on this spiritual path. We all have tried many different ways and sometimes really hard and difficult ways to reach God, to find Him. And right now, if He is giving me a signal that there can be a very, very simple way to reach me, why don't I try that? At least I try that. Do you agree with me? I think it should make sense, but it will make more sense when you understand that how directly you can listen to what He wants me to do actually. Because there are so many human voices around me and everyone is saying different things. And when I'm able to hear God's voice, when I'm able to connect and I'm able to hear, yes, this is the solution, then it will make more sense. And that will happen when you connect more in meditation.
Didi, we have some questions from the chat box. One question is, you told that that God is supreme power beyond birth and death. Then who exactly is Krishna, Rama, and all the 7 avatars? That's the question.
Yeah, actually, when we talk about Krishna, Rama, one thing we have already clarified, that God is someone who never takes birth, right? And of course, Shri Krishna, Rama, all these, they have been shown taking birth from their parents, according to the mythology also, whichever way you have studied, you have read, or you have watched in the TV serials, or whichever way, you have this basic understanding that they all have parents. But they are not, still not ordinary human beings. We would say, we would define in spirituality them as divine human beings, means human beings with all the divine virtues and qualities. Or we can also say next to God. Shri Krishna is considered next to God. In the human creation, we can say they are on the highest level. So that is why right now, at this point of time, when we can't see them, they are not there anymore in front of our eyes, but we worship them. Because for human beings, they are like role models. They are role model of perfect divinity manifested in as a human. That is how I would define that according to spirituality.
Okay, so the next question is, do any one of us need God when we believe in ourselves? If we believe in ourselves, do we need God?
If you really believe in yourself, then you will definitely believe that you want to stay empowered, you want to stay happy, you want to stay peaceful, and for that, battery of the soul needs regular charging. And for charging, you need a source of power. Where is the powerhouse? Where do I connect to stay enlightened, to stay powerful and empowered? If you really believe in yourself, means you love yourself, you respect yourself, you know that yes, believing in myself, it doesn't mean that yes, simply superficially I say that I can do anything. I believe in myself, I can do anything. Yes, I can do anything, but not everything. I can do anything. And I would like to do that. I will never lose my courage. I will never lose my hope. But to do everything, to really implement this thought into practice, I need regular strength while facing the challenges of this outside world also. Am I able to keep myself always positive? Of course, I will do something for that. I would love to do something for that. And that is connection there. It's available. There is no charge for that. Why won't I do that?
The next question is, if God exists, why there's so much sorrow in this world?
It exists. Yes, God exists. But the sorrow is because we are not connected with Him. Your question is actually, if God exists, that why he is not doing anything to resolve all these issues, why there is so much pain and suffering. Because there are two things. One thing is our own karma also, and he will not interfere into my karma. If I have done something wrong, I have to bear the fruit of that karma. If I just worship God and I say, please release my sorrows, my pains, my sufferings, and he just bless me and okay, you are released, you are free from all these things, then it's very simple. It's very easy. I keep doing anything and I go and I pray to God and I say, okay, release me, and he does that. And then only I will believe you, and then only I will trust that you exist. Otherwise, I will not trust you. Otherwise, I won't believe you. It's like I'm challenging God. But he says, it doesn't matter to me even if you challenge me, because I don't need your certificate to be called as God, to be qualified as God. I don't need this certificate that whatever you ask me to do, I do that. No, I am also bound by the principles, and the principle is that whatever you do, you will get the result. And for that, you have to pay attention to your karma as well. So it's a very vague kind of question. If God exists, then why this suffering? God exists. This is one thing, because we also have to understand what is his role. He will not do everything coming at your places and doing everything for you. That's not his role. If everything he has to do, now just imagine if everything he has to do, then what is my role? And what is the role of my mind, intellect, and sanskar? No point of having this thinking ability and ability to take decisions, because if I'm not able to take any decisions, or I don't need to take any decisions, everything God is doing, then there is no point of this consciousness. I have been given this consciousness to decide, to choose my action. And if I have the free will to choose my action, then I have the responsibility of actions also. So whatever is happening in this world, God is not responsible for that. We are responsible for that, because we are doing, we need to check that. Yes, but now if we want to change the situation of the world, then his role is there. Then his role comes in. But for that also, he needs our support. We should improve ourselves. Taking power from him, I start transforming myself, the world will change. That's why this is the slogan given by this spiritual university. When you change, the world will change. Don't think about the world. Think about yourself. If everyone just start thinking about themselves, I will change myself. The whole world will be a very beautiful place.
The next question is, Didi, please tell me how to go to Parandam, world of light. How do we stay there without any disturbance? Because in this physical world, there are a lot of disturbance during meditation. Please help me with this.
I don't know about you, but you must have, maybe everyone has experienced one thing sometimes. Like I'm sitting here, somebody comes and they said something to me. They were kind of talking to me, but I was physically here, but mentally somewhere else. It happens sometimes that I actually didn't hear what you said. You were speaking, I know you were speaking, and sometimes I don't even know that you're speaking. You just went away, and next day you asked me, did you do that? I don't even know, when did you say, when did you ask me to do that? I don't even remember. And I say, sorry, I don't know. What did you say? When did you come? I don't know anything. What happened? I was there. You are coming in front of me. You're speaking in a volume which is really audible to me very easily, but I'm not able to hear you. So that means my mind is somewhere else. Mind is always connected somewhere. If I'm not here, I'm somewhere else. So that voice is not affecting me. But when we sit in meditation, when we are trying to remember God, all the noises, all the voices, even little, if this fan is on here and there is a little voice, that is also disturbing. But once you start connecting there, and main thing is once you start enjoying there, that experience of being in Paramdham, that will pull you so much that no matter what anyone else is doing or speaking, making noises, it will not matter to you. And for that, basic practice is soul consciousness. Not only when you are sitting in meditation, but during the day, throughout the day. I experience myself separate from this body. I don't belong here. I remember I'm a guest here. It's not my home. My home is there.
Didi, this is the last question. I've heard throughout my life that God is within us. It's a power within us. You said that God is not everywhere. So I used to believe and imagine or cling on to this at the time of crisis. But now I don't have anywhere to cling on. How to tell ourselves that someone or Supreme can help us or helping us in the time of crisis.
Actually, when you were thinking that God is there within you, inside you somewhere, the only difference what we have discussed today is, and actually it makes you even more powerful when you think of the higher being up there. God is there and he's there always available for me whenever I want, whenever I need. Because when we say that he's my mother and my father, and of course, mother and father would be always available for the child. Whenever you call out, whenever you just think about him. And even sometimes I'm not even thinking about him, but he knows what I need. Because inside somewhere, I know him. I know I have a belief that he's there. And it's even more powerful than thinking that he's within me, because within me sometimes I have fears, I have worries, I have tensions, I have insecurities. If God is within me, then I cannot have fears or worries, all these negative feelings. How can he, sitting inside, allow me to create worries and fears? Not possible. But yes, he's there, he's much, much higher, but always available. If you measure, it's very far. But practically in meditation, just one thought away. One thought away. Not even a second is needed. Is that okay? Yeah.
Thank you, Didi, for the wonderful session and answering